Hey there, deep diving friend. Welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're diving into something pretty interesting in the blockchain world. We're looking at Bittensor, and they're trying to do something kind of different, like almost like building a bridge between two worlds.
Yeah, it's a fascinating development. They're essentially trying to attract Ethereum developers
Right.
by saying, hey, look, you can bring your existing tools and knowledge and apply them in the Bittensor ecosystem.
So, if I'm hearing you right, they want to make it easier for developers to go from Ethereum to Bittensor.
Exactly.
Why is that such a big deal?
Well, think about it. Like, imagine you're a chef and you're used to working in this top-of-the-line kitchen. You've got all the fancy gadgets. Everything's like, state of the art.
Right.
Would you be very keen on switching to a kitchen that has, like, rusty old tools? I don't think so. So in the blockchain world, right, Ethereum is kind of like that fancy kitchen, and Bittensor is trying to say, hey, we've got the goods too. And one of the ways they're doing that is with this thing called an EVM compatibility layer.
Okay, so that's the EVM compatibility layer. I was looking through Bittensor's documentation, and they don't really get into the nitty-gritty of it.
Right.
What is that?
So imagine it's like learning a new language.
Okay.
But then you find out a lot of the words are the same. So developers can take their existing Ethereum smart contracts, which are kind of like the building blocks of these blockchain applications,
Okay.
and use them on the Bittensor blockchain without having to, rewrite everything from scratch. It's a huge time saver.
So if I'm an Ethereum developer, I love Ethereum, but I'm a little bit curious about this Bittensor thing.
Yeah.
This EVM layer means I don't have to throw out everything I know. I can actually experiment, build stuff on Bittensor using like my existing tools and knowledge.
Precisely. And very importantly, all of this is happening on the Bittensor blockchain.
Mhm.
We're not talking about directly interacting with the Ethereum blockchain itself. It's more like using the same language, but you're in a different country. Right. You might notice some differences in the environment. The culture's a bit different, but you can still communicate.
I like that analogy. That makes a lot of sense. So give me some real-world examples here. What can developers actually do with this EVM compatibility?
Sure. Let's say, for example, you have a smart contract for a decentralized marketplace on Ethereum. With this compatibility, you could, in theory, take that same contract, deploy it on Bittensor, and boom, you potentially have a whole new marketplace operating on a completely different platform.
Oh, wow. So it's like instant, almost, expansion.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this really opens up opportunities for developers to try new things, experiment without this, massive learning curve.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's always a but, right?
Of course, yeah. Just because Bittensor has made it technically easier, it doesn't automatically mean that every Ethereum project is going to be successful on their platform. Developers still need to think, okay, does Bittensor's ecosystem, their community, their overall vision, does it align with what I'm trying to achieve?
Right.
So switching blockchains isn't just about technical compatibility. It's really about finding the right fit.
It's like moving to a new city.
Exactly.
Just because you can, speak the language doesn't mean it's the right vibe for you.
Exactly. There's also one little detail in the documentation that's worth mentioning, and it has to do with how they handle TAO, which is Bittensor's own cryptocurrency within this EVM layer.
Oh, right. The whole 1 TAO equals 1, like 18 zeros thing.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
It seems kind of random, but it's actually really important for developers. Essentially, what they've done is they've made sure that 1 TAO on Bittensor's EVM is represented in the exact same way as 1 ETH, which is Ethereum's cryptocurrency, on their system. And that's where that whole 1 and 18 zeros thing comes in. That ensures that values and calculations within these smart contracts can move between the two systems without any hiccups.
So they're like making sure that the electrical outlets work, even though we might call them by different names in different countries.
Precisely. It's a technical detail, but it eliminates a potential headache for developers down the line.
Nice. So it sounds like Bittensor's, they're making moves. They're trying to become the new hotspot for all things blockchain. It'll be interesting to see if this EVM compatibility layer is enough to get those Ethereum developers to really make the jump. What do you think?
It's a good question. This move could be a game changer for them.
Right.
Or it might just be a blip on the radar.
Yeah.
Only time will tell if Bittensor can build that really vibrant ecosystem and momentum to truly compete.
It's the billion TAO question. I guess we'll have to see. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Until next time, keep those deep diving minds engaged.